Shalom, children. When Yahweh gave the Torah to the Israelites, He gave lots of instructions about the best way for them to do many, many different things. Today we will be talking some more about those instructions. We will start out with some rules about how Israelites are to eat. First, Yahweh tells them that they should not eat blood. Now, you might wonder, why would anybody want to do that? It was bad enough in Mitzrayim when they had to watch the river turn to blood, but to actually eat it on purpose? Well, believe it or not, there were some people who wanted to do that. But Yahweh tells them that this is not a good idea. He explains that the life of the flesh is in the blood, and the blood is for making atonement for one's life on the altar, so blood should not be eaten. When the Israelites want to eat the meat of an animal they have hunted, like a gazelle steak or a wild turkey burger, they need to pour out the blood of the animal onto the ground and cover it with dirt before preparing it for food. And remember when we talked about how there were animals that Yahweh considers clean and others that He considers unclean? Well, the Israelites are to eat only animals that are clean. Yahweh wants to make sure that the Israelites know that they are set apart to Him. So He tells them not to act the way other nations are acting. They were doing lots of things that made Yahweh very upset, like giving their children to false gods. Instead, He wants the children to be loved and cared for and taught His Torah. He tells them not to destroy the corners of their beards and not to round the corners of the hair on their heads. They are not to hurt themselves when grieving for the dead and not to tattoo themselves. He reminds them not to make idols to worship, and He commands them never to practice witchcraft or talk to spirits. Instead, He wants them to guard His Torah and do the things that He has instructed them. This includes keeping His Shabbat as well as His other rules. That way they will be set apart to Him and can expect to have a good life in the land that He has promised to give them. Let's have a look at some of the other instructions He gives them in this Parasha. He said, "Respect your mother and father. Don't steal, lie, or cheat. Love your neighbor as yourself. Don't hate your neighbors, rob them, or treat them wrongly. Love the strangers who live among you, and don't treat them badly. Remember that you yourselves used to be strangers in Mitzrayim. Don't talk badly about anyone or hold a grudge against them. Show honor to older people. Do not be unfaithful to your wife or husband. Make sure people get their correct pay for a job. Don't bring dishonor to Yahweh's name. Bring animals that are to be offered to Yahweh to the right place. Be nice to those who are deaf or blind. Don't show special treatment to someone just because they are rich or poor. When harvesting crops, leave some in the corners of your field so that poor people can come and gather it. When you live in the land, don't eat fruit from a tree for its first 3 years. The fruit from the 4th year is set apart for Yahweh. In the 5th year, you can eat the fruit. When you are planting a field, don't mix different types of seeds together. Don't wear a type of clothing with mixed threads. Use correct weights and accurate scales when you are measuring something. Well, those sound like very good instructions, don't you think so? Yahweh wants what is best for the Israelites, so He's giving them all these instructions so that they will be able to live the best possible life. It's kind of like the way your parents and teachers show you the right way to do things so that you don't get hurt. And they teach you how to be a good friend so that everybody feels included and things stay fair. Well, children, I think that we have gone over enough instructions for today. So that is the end of our story for today. So we will see you next time for another exciting Torah portion. Shalom.
And they will know that we belong to Him when we